care how you lay it, how you say it. But this is a little bit of a story time of why I learned my lesson of going back or double back with somebody or with an ex. Is because sometimes people don't know how to forgive you for your wrong or your mistakes, and they get very revengeful and they want to see revenge. So the crazy thing about it is, even though we both got even and we both did the same amount of wrong to each other, both cheated, both did each other wrong, we both did about the same amount of equal things. Maybe one was a little bit worse. The difference from me is when I forgave them for myself. I forgave them for them and the things that they did wrong to me and the things that I did wrong to them. When I forgave them, I actually changed my ways and was willing to change my ways and was willing to stop all my bad habits and knew what my habits were and issues were, and I knew how to fix it. I didn't really need too much counseling. I just needed to know what I did wrong and understand what I did wrong and understand why I wanted them back, because I loved them and I cared about my relationship. But if I would have known that person was still non-forgivable, if I knew that person was so hurt, if I knew that person was so damaged and the damage that I caused, I would have never came back. So when I came back, that person got revenge. They wanted to throw things in my face, constantly bring up the past. They wanted to withhold stuff from me. Like, they were so selfish, so self-centered. They would feed me, but that feeding was under limitations. They would not need my money, but send me to the store for like snacks and little miscellaneous things. So it's like the things that they asked me for, even though they didn't have it, they didn't need it. And the fact that they didn't need it, it wasn't important. You know what I mean? And they needed to be broke and to be down without, just so they could rub stuff in my face, or they could tell their family, oh, I'm treating him like this, or I'm treating him like that. But knowing deep down inside, they really loved me, they really wanted me. But it was other things about me that they couldn't let go of. There's other things about the past that they couldn't let go of. Even though they knew that I was the best thing that was happening to them now, they still wanted to chase the other dude. They still wanted to show up not home, regardless if they was out there doing good or bad. They just like withhold food, wouldn't give me certain things, wouldn't spend the same money that I would spend on them. They would be very off and on. Some days they'll come home being nice, some days they'll come home being sweet, some days they'll come home being, just all over the place. And some days they wanted me to just be gone, you know what I mean? And it was just like, what was the purpose of me being here? Why have me in your house if you're going to withhold food from me? Why have me in your house if you're not going to be able to give me my money back? Why have me in your house if you're going to be gone majority of the time? Why have me in your house just to disrespect me, disrespect yourself, and did all of this because you're hurt, or because of a couple things that you heard about me, or a couple things that I've done? If you're not going to forgive me all the way and let it go, and why take me through that pain just to get it back on me when I already told you I already had my karma, I already repented, I already got on my knees, I already asked God forgive me for my sins and how I did that person. And sometimes karma still ain't gonna end. It wouldn't stop ending until I just leave that person alone. It seems like every time I go with that person, it seems like I just lost myself, my respect, just everything and more, and my blessings. And then, so it's like, that's how I knew God wanted me to do something else for myself. And I kind of did feel like God wanted me to see the good and the bad side of them, because it's like, if I never seen it, I would never know. So now I know. So now it's like, it's sad to let go, but sometimes you gotta let go, and move on. So yeah, that's the reason why me and that person didn't work out, is because they wasn't willing to change. You see, if you want a good, healthy relationship, you gotta be able to change and forgive and let go from the bull. Peace.